Hi, welcome back to another SM Scrapper video. This is part 2 of the 10 things I love about you mini I made for my husband for our anniversary. So previously I had described this page, and the first thing I like about him is that he's very fun to be around with. So that's that page. The second page is, the other thing I like about him is that he's very trustworthy. I can really trust him. And I used a Sizzix die for this frame, and I embossed it using copper embossing powder. I stamped one of the Tim Holtz stamps using that powder that I talked to you about that was from Sparkle and Sprinkle. They're a Florida company. Let me get it for you. They're a Florida company, and they're super, super good. And this is the embossing powder. And it's from, oops, I can't get it to focus. So that's what it looks like. It's super, super nice. It makes things look very old and distressed, vintagey. So that's that. And I cut out an envelope with the designer paper using one of my Sizzix dies, and I put a tag in here. And the tag has a lot of techniques in it. There's an emboss resist using the Tim Holtz cloth stamp, and there's some writing under there using also Tim Holtz a writing stamp. There's a picture of us there from our wedding, and then there's journaling in the back, and there is a large eyelet in copper that's in there, and then of course fiber. Then the next page, another thing I love about him is that he's very outgoing. This is a picture of him playing golf, and it's on dimensionals. Right there. So I stuck a tag in the back, and this was actually an accident. And what I mean is this part, this flap was an accident, but I really love how it turned out because I put journaling in here. I distressed it and glimmer mist it, as you can see. There's a picture of my husband, and I also stamped here using a Studio G flourish stamp. And this is a cutout of it's a punch actually from Stampin' Up, a tap punch. And I used it using the designer paper. And then this is like a center from Prima and copper that I used there. And the reason why I say that this was an accident is because these dimensionals that I used for this were too tall. So the tag at the beginning, it would just continuously fall out. So I had to do something else to keep that real snug in there. So that was my solution. I think it came out fine. And this other page, another thing I love about him is that he's a great dad. So this is basically a page for that. And what I did here, I put, I don't know if you could see, glossy accents, in some areas, some petals of the pages. I distressed that with walnut distressing ink as well. And again, everything was glimmer misted. So I used a ribbon, a sheer ribbon, to hold this together. It's like a mini within a mini. I love doing that now. This is using the Sizzix file folder die, mini file folder die, and you'll see it opens. So anyways, in the front here I have another Sizzix frame, that ticket frame, stamp frame, and I cuddlebucked it using an embossing cuddlebuck folder, and then I colored it with copper acrylic paint, dabber paint. So anyways, you open it, and there's a picture of my daughter right there, and there's some journaling, and these stamps are from Rusty Pickle, all these journaling stamps. Let me get it so you could see it. I love this stamp set for journaling for minis. It's just perfect. It's from Rusty Pickle. It's called Journaling Stamps. Super cute. I love it. And you can, everything comes apart, so you don't have to use these lines with this frame. You can switch around the frames and the little things, so I like it a lot. So that's the stamp frame. The stamps that I used for the journaling. And then I stamped here and embossed I Love My Dad over here. And then more journaling and another picture of my husband and my daughter. So that's that. Let me close it up, because if I don't do it now, I will forget. So we're 4 minutes and 50 seconds into this video. Hopefully I'll get to finish it and not make part 3. So we'll see. Anyways, this is the next 2 pages, and these are mirror images, meaning that I did the same thing on both pages. And basically what I did is I cut out a top note from that Sizzix die from Stamping Up, cut it in half, and I glued 1/2 here and 1/2 here and made it a pocket. And you know, on both pages there are 2 tags on each page. So that's what it was. And then I put attached here, I glued down some Prima lace with some red line tape. That's how I do that. It holds it really tight in there. So on the first tag in this page, another thing I love about him is that he's very loving. So this is the loving tag, and I cut out more wings from that Tim Holtz die, and I embossed it using copper and gold embossing powder. Then I used one of the Tim Holtz tickets and distressed that, used some of the designer paper in the bottom, then used a chipboard heart, and I just distressed it with, painted it with Stormy Sky distress ink, then a large eyelet in there, and then some fibers. And then in the back, just some journaling and a picture of my husband and my daughter and my dog right there. He's so loving to them and to everybody around him. I just love that guy. So the other tag, I used the Martha Stewart punch, and I thought it was perfect because if you look at it, it's very similar to the designer paper that's on this side. See? It's very similar, so I used it throughout the book. I thought it was really neat. And what I did in this tag is I stamped these images. These images are from the Basic Grace collection of stamps that came with this collection, granola. So I stamped that in copper and embossed it in copper, and then just distressed it and glimmer misted it. And then I used again the Heidi Swap letter stamps, same kind. Right there it says kind, and that's my husband and my dog. I don't know if you can tell, these are very little pictures. And then some fibers. So that's the 2 tags from this page. And then on this page, the first tag, it's because, you know, we're best friends, and I love that about him. And this is a picture of my husband and my daughter at the hospital. I think that's the first time he ever held her. And then I used one of the crown cutouts from my Sizzix die from Tim Holtz. I put some bling on it. Used that same Martha Stewart border punch right here. Used that stamp again, but I did the stamp resist technique. I embossed it in clear embossing powder and then distressed the edges. And then some fiber over here, and then some journaling over here. And then the other tag for this page, I used another stamp from this stamp set, the granola set, again, that came with the kit, and I embossed with copper. Then I used the designer paper in the back, distressed it, and also stamped it. I don't know if you could tell there, and used another copper large eyelet. Then this is a picture of my husband again, and what I'm saying here is that I love that he's very sexy. So sexy to me, that's what matters. And here you go. This is another page, and this is I guess a chipboard piece that I covered with the designer paper, and then I got some fiber. Some of the fiber that I got at Tuesday morning, you might have seen it in one of my hauls, is in gold, and there's a picture of us, our family, except our dog's missing. And I distressed the edges, and then some journaling in the back, and then there's a tag in the back over here. But I'm going to stop this video because I'm running out of time, and I'm going to finish on part 3 of this video. So go ahead and check out the next video to finish the book. Thanks for watching.